This is a 2,000-year-old hiking bag. To ordinary people, it should have rotted away long ago. It's totally useless. Its fate was to be left in the sun and rain. But the moment you saw it, at the risk of damaging your soul, you had to get it back. People think you're crazy, ignoring your wounds for a piece of junk. But they don't know. It's your only link to Earth. Inside is a Nokia with 1% battery, holding your 2,000-year obsession. A thunderous boom shattered the silence of the mountains. You shot out like a cannonball, flying from a spider-webbed cave, slamming hard into the cliff. Rocks tumbled all around. Coughing gold liquid, you landed. Sharp brows, bright eyes, long hair, ancient robes, covered in dust. A solitary figure. You are Ning Chen, just back from the cultivation world. You explored here after graduation, triggering an ancient portal. You fought for your life in that world. In 2,000 years, you became a master. Just as the portal reopened, you were ambushed by a mystery figure. Your soul core shattered, your spirit was crushed, and your energy was ruined. Even the portal was blown to bits. Earth's spirit chi is almost zero. You can't heal your injuries here. Basically, you're like a battery, running on empty with no charger. Every bit you use is gone forever. Then, you saw the khaki bag at your feet. The one you left 2,000 years ago. It was surprisingly intact. Suddenly, a phone vibrated inside. Your pupils shrank. After 2,000 years, even for a Nokia, this shouldn't be possible. You grabbed the phone. Only 1% battery left. 2 words flashed on the screen. Mom. Your heart ached. In the cultivation world, danger was everywhere. For 2,000 years, the word parents was an obsession buried deep inside. You glanced at the date. August 29, 2025. You were stunned. 2,000 years over there was just a summer break on Earth. If you weren't still powerful, you'd think it was a hallucination. Trembling, you answered. Your voice was very raspy. Where the hell are you, kid? Off for 2 days? You're dead. Are you deaf? Say something. It's good to hear your voice. Where are you now? Are you hurt? Why aren't you home? You smiled. To you, this Earth is just a beginner's zone. Destroying tanks is child's play. If not for saving your energy, you could flip the planet upside down. On the phone, Mom said school starts soon. Go find Auntie Qiao in Qingzhou. I'm busy now. Bye. She hung up. You were speechless. An old master going to college? This is ridiculous. But you remembered. Auntie Qiao is Mom's best friend. She married a rich businessman. Hearing you got into the university, she offered her home. Your mom's plan is to set you up with her daughter. You tried to fly away, but felt your energy draining. So you stayed on the ground. You had to walk out of the mountains. A grand nascent soul ancestor. Losing all face today. Noon, at a cafe near the station. You walked through the door and heard 2 girls talking. One girl groaned on the table. Why isn't he here yet? Shuyan, my coffee is finished. I'm starving. Should I call and rush him? The other girl was annoyed. I can't reach him. 5 more minutes. Then I'm leaving. I don't get it. Mom forced me to pick up this Ning Chen. I have plans at the cat cafe. Well, he's her friend's son. The bubbly girl smirked. Hey Shuyan. Is your mom setting you 2 up? Stop talking nonsense. The cold girl snapped. A kid from a small town? My mom wouldn't like him. That would be a nightmare. What if he's hot? Well, then maybe. Dating is fine. But marriage? No way. Playgirl. You smirked. You walked behind the bubbly girl. Are you Su Xian? The girl, Jiang Tang, jumped like a scared rabbit. She sprang out of her chair. Who are you? Where'd you come from? Su Xian stared at you. Your clothes were muddy and torn, and your bag looked ancient. Her face froze. Where's the hot guy? This country bumpkin. She looked disgusted. She pushed Jiang Tang forward and whispered, help me out. I'll buy you a lipstick. Jiang Tang's eyes lit up. 3 Givenchy ones. Deal. You just stood there, expressionless. These little girls. Did they think I couldn't hear them? Jiang Tang turned around with a bright smile. Hi, Ning Chen. Coming all the way from Dongyang. Let's go get some food. We can talk over lunch. You rubbed your belly. Sure, why not? You weren't hungry, but your soul core was broken. Your energy was leaking out. It was a tiny loss, but over time, you'll lose your power. Who would have thought? A grand nascent soul master, eating mortal food to survive. Outside the cafe, Xian pulled out her keys and unlocked her Porsche. She glanced at you, waiting to see you look impressed. You just glanced at it and nodded faintly. Nice, but it's slow. Xian snapped. Slow? And what do you drive, Ning? What kind of car? You said casually. I don't drive. I fly. Jiang Tang burst out laughing. Too many fantasy novels? You're so funny. Xian rolled her eyes. To her, you were just a poser. You think my car is slow? Then get a taxi yourself. Let's see who gets there first. You look like you don't care. Even Su Xian didn't expect you'd actually agree. Your eyes lit up. You upped the ante right away. Let's eat at Intai City on the west side. It's about 6 or 7 kilometers away. Loser pays for the meal. If you want to race, let's race. You sound super casual. Like an adult watching a kid throw a fit. But let me say this first. I eat a lot. Su Xian hates that, can't be bothered, look you have. Smiling with clenched teeth. Alright, gate 1 of Intai City. Just as you finished talking, you hit the gas and sped off. You were feeling smug inside. I'm a local from Qingzhou. I know these roads better than anyone. Seafood, here we come. This meal is on you. Jiang Tang looked worried from the passenger seat. Xian, you're really leaving him behind? It's his first time in Qingzhou. He doesn't know his way around. Aunt Xiao will give you hell if she finds out. Come on, he's not a kid, he won't get lost. Su Xian snorted coldly, but kept calling you an idiot in her head. Just admit defeat and get in the car, it's not a big deal. Why act so tough? Their car just turned the corner. You blurred and vanished on the spot. Gone in an instant. You were moving so fast. Even the street cameras couldn't catch a glimpse. Turns out, as a cultivator in the city, just running is fast enough. No need to waste any spiritual power. Barely 2 minutes later, you were already under Intai City. A minute and a half was just spent asking for directions. If you don't need to use your power, you never will. 15 minutes later, Su Xian and Jiang Tang finally ran up to gate 1, gasping for breath. High-fived with a smile. They won, but looked around. And couldn't spot you at all. Su Xian instantly got mad. Stomped her foot in anger. That damn guy. Making me wait again. I've never waited this long for anyone in my life. Jiang Tang's face suddenly changed. Oh no, Xian. There's a Intai City over in CC2. He didn't go there by mistake, did he? Su Xian was just stunned. Gritting her teeth, she pulled out her phone. Called your number. What, did you get kidnapped or something? Why aren't you here yet? I am here. Bull, you are. I'm at gate 1. Look up. Su Xian froze up. She snapped her head up. And saw you on the 5th floor balcony outside. Hands in your pockets. Looking down at them. Jiang Tang gave a loud gasp. Xian, look, it's Ning Chen. When did he get up there? Su Xian's face flushed red with anger. Hung up. Grabbed Jiang Tang and charged up to the 5th floor. As soon as she got to you, she exploded. Ning Chen, when did you get here? Why didn't you say anything? Made me wait so long for nothing. You know, I really hate waiting for people. You just gave a small smile. I've been here forever. You guys were too slow. So I came up and ordered food myself. Just in time for you when you arrived. By the way, I ordered a ton. Miss Su. You won't back out, right? When did you know I was Su Xian? She froze. Then sneered. You're making stuff up. How could you be so fast? You must have cheated. Jiang Tang chimed in to help. Yeah, we took the fastest route. You must have called ahead to the restaurant. And snuck up while we waited for you. Right, Mingchen? You look so honest. But you turned out so sneaky. You just shook your head. And called the waiter over directly. The waiter nodded and bowed right away. Ladies. And sir? He really arrived 15 minutes ago. No way. Jiang Tang's eyes went wide. He was at the North train station 15 minutes ago. Unless he can fly. The waiter looked embarrassed. And didn't dare reply. Forget it, Tang. Let him win. It's just a meal. Su Xian waved. Her hand dismissively. But in her mind, she decided you bribed the waiter. That's why he backed your lie. Any good feelings she had left were gone. A guy with that much scheming. Not even worth being friends with. But when they walked into the private room with you, and saw the table full of dishes, they were totally stunned. Flaming steak, shark fin soup, sea cucumber. Papaya stewed bird's nest. Steamed East Star grouper. And even an entire jar of Buddha jumps over the wall. What the hell? Did we walk into the wrong room? Jiang Tang's jaw dropped so wide you could fit an egg in. The waiter quickly pointed at you. The gentleman here ordered everything. Right then, Su Xian really lost it. Her face turned bright red. She pointed at you and yelled, what did I ever do to you? You messing with me on purpose, huh? Didn't expect you to be this kind of person. You just shrugged, looking innocent. Told you, I eat a lot. If you don't want a treat, fine. I'll pay myself. No need for me. Su Xian keeps her promises. She pulled out a diamond-studded black card from her bag, handed it to the waiter to pay the bill. The waiter quickly brought the POS machine. Miss. Hi, the total is 5,200. She paid in one go. Su Xian shot you a deadly glare. And said, please don't ever show up in front of me again. Thanks, dragging Jiang Tang as she left. 5,000 yuan isn't much to her. But in her whole life, she's always been treated like a star. Never been messed with like this. You watched them walk off, and called out, hey, not staying for a bite? Nobody answered. But you could tell. Jiang Tang's eyes were glued to the food. Su Xian still had to drag her away. You didn't mind. Just sat down and ate. Tasted okay. But really no spiritual energy at all. Like chewing wax. Do I have to live on this stuff from now on? You sighed. Meanwhile, Su Xian kept cursing you as she walked. Complaining about you nonstop. Jiang Tang's stomach started growling. She tugged on her arm. Xian, maybe we should just go back and eat. Every restaurant has a long wait at this hour. And besides, you're the one who paid. Su Xian stopped walking. Suddenly realized. Wait, I did pay. Why shouldn't I eat? She turned around right away. But bumped straight into a guy in brand names. With dyed yellow hair. He saw her. And his eyes lit up right away. Like a wolf seeing meat. Xian, what a coincidence. You're at the mall too? We must be meant to run into each other. Su Xian saw him. And a flash of disgust passed through her eyes. Chen Jihao, what are you doing here? Chen Jihao was her classmate in senior year. Famous school bully. Comes from a rich and powerful family. Always threw his weight around at school. And definitely the most annoying out of all her pursuers. Of course I'm here for fun. Chen Jihao hid the sleazy look in his eyes. And put on a gentleman act. Haven't had lunch yet, have you, Xian? There's a brand new 2-Michelin-star French place. I booked a table. How about it? Tang, you can come too. He glanced at Jiang Tang. And you could tell exactly what he was thinking. Su Xian was about to pull Jiang Tang away. But Jiang Tang leaned in and whispered. Eyes twinkling. Xian, why not bring Chen Jihao with us? With his personality, he's bound to get into it with Ning Chen. We can just watch the show. Wouldn't that be fun? Su Xian's eyes lit up instantly. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? Tang, you're a genius. She turned around immediately. Forced a stiff smile at Chen Jihao. Ziho, want to eat with us instead? Chen Jihao was totally stunned. He thought he was hearing things. His goddess just called him Ziho. And even invited him to lunch. Oh my god, he's got a shot. Suppressing his inner joy. He nodded quickly. Sure, sure. Xian, where should we eat? Just follow me and you'll see. Su Xian smiled at him. Then rolled her eyes the moment she turned away. Chen Jihao followed behind her. Shuffling along, trying to find topics to chat about. He even secretly silenced his phone. Leaving the girl he had a date with waiting in the bathroom. When they pushed open the restaurant suite door. You were buried in your food. Half of the 30+ dishes were already gone. Chen Jihao was about to ask if they were in the wrong room. When he heard Jiang Tang cry out in fake surprise. Oh my god, Ning Chen. Are you a pig? How can you eat so much? Su Xian was also stunned. It had only been 10 minutes since she left. And he had actually eaten this much. Is he really a glutton or just dumping it? You stopped your chopsticks and looked up at them. Didn't you guys leave? Why are you back? Su Xian crossed her arms and snorted. I paid for this. Is it wrong for me to come back and eat? None of your business. Wait. Chen Jihao finally realized what was happening. His face turned dark instantly. He pointed at you and asked Xian. Who is this kid? His name is Ning Chen. He's the son of my mom's best friend. He just got to Qingzhou from Dongyang today. My mom asked me to look after him. Li Xian said slowly. As expected. Chen Jihao's face grew even darker. I finally got a chance to be alone with my goddess. And a country bumpkin like you. Is here stuffing his face? What the hell? He took a step forward. Slapped your shoulder heavily. And spoke with a threatening tone. Buddy, you've had enough, right? If you're full, you can leave. I have business to discuss with Xian. You ignored him. Continuing to gnaw on the lemon chicken leg. Hey, buddy, I'm talking to you. You reached for another lemon chicken leg. Tearing it off. Look, man. I'll give you 2,000 bucks. Go eat somewhere else, okay? You took a sip of the hibiscus soup. And commented calmly. Not enough salt. Chen Jihao completely snapped. I'm talking to you. Are you treating me like air? He suddenly raised his hand. And with a slap, knocked the half-eaten chicken out of your hand. Soup splashed all over the floor. I'll show you eating. Jiang Tang pulled Su Xian back 2 steps. Her eyes full of excitement. Xian, the show's starting. But the scene of you getting beaten that they expected. Didn't happen at all. The next second, you stood up straight, grabbed Chen Jihao's hair, and with a backhand, slammed his face hard into the bowl of Crucian carp soup. Glub, 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 bubbles rose frantically. Chen Jihao's limbs flailed wildly. His cursing turned into muffled sounds of drowning. He struggled desperately, but your hand was as unshakable as an iron vice. His struggling grew weaker, as if he were about to pass out. Oh my god, he's so strong. Jiang Tang's jaw dropped. Su Shiyan also panicked, rushing over to pull you away. Wait, let go. You're going to kill him. You didn't actually mean to kill him. Just to give this arrogant rich kid a lesson. You let go. Chen Jihao slumped to the floor like a pile of mud, coughing violently. Soup and fish roe were all over his mouth and nose. He looked as pathetic as a drowned rat. You looked down at him, your voice cold as ice. Remember, don't disturb me while I'm eating. You reached out and pushed Chen Jihao's head back into the carp soup one more time, then sat back down. Without even looking up, you continued to eat the feast in front of you. You couldn't be bothered with someone like him. Eating your fill in one go, and compressing it in your stomach with inner energy, would at least last a few days of energy consumption. Even if the energy in this mundane food was pitifully thin, it was better than nothing. The next second, Chen Jihao fell to his knees, soup spraying from his mouth and one nostril. A large fish eye was stuck in his other nostril, and several fish bones were pricked into his face. He held in pain. You wait. Don't you dare leave. He crawled up with white fish meat all over his head, his eyes dripping with pure malice. He hadn't been this humiliated in front of his goddess in years. He was determined to teach you a lesson today. Slurping your snail noodles, you didn't even blink, casually saying, "Go ahead, call your people." Just wait. Chen Jihao slammed the door and ran out. Right after he left, you immediately called the waiter to pack up all the food on the table. By the time Chen Jihao changed his clothes and brought 5 or 6 thugs, cursing as they rushed back, you, Su Shiyan, and Jiang Tang were long gone. In the restaurant, Chen Jihao kicked the door, fuming with rage. He shouted threats at the top of his lungs, vowing to run you out of Qingzhou. But you didn't care about him at all. The car drove into a famous wealthy area in Qingzhou, Greentown Rose Garden. You scanned the surroundings. The energy here was slightly thicker than in the city, an unexpected surprise. In the rearview mirror, Su Shiyan was glaring at you, cursing you 1,000 times in her head. Brute. Just because he knocked away a chicken leg, you nearly drowned him in soup? She was sure you'd be a domestic abuser in the future. If her mom, Joey, hadn't insisted, she would never have brought you home. Jiang Tang, next to her, was quite curious about you, asking all sorts of questions along the way. You mostly gave vague answers. The car stopped in front of a detached villa. The elegant Auntie Chiao and the old butler were already waiting at the door. Su Shiyan jumped out of the car and ran over, complaining with a face full of grievance, "Mommy, don't make me do this ever again. This Ning Chen is a total brute." Auntie Chiao smiled and shook her head. "Nonsense. Little Chen is a very honest and well-behaved boy. He's athletic and cheerful. He's just faking it." You walked over carrying the packed food, and said with a smile, "Auntie Chiao, it's been years. You've become even more beautiful." Auntie Chiao couldn't stop smiling. She quickly told the butler to take the bags. Jiang Tang couldn't help but laugh. "Auntie Chiao, Uncle Fan, this isn't a gift. It's leftovers Ning Chen packed from the restaurant." Auntie Chiao froze for a moment, then laughed even harder. "Good. A child who doesn't waste food is a good child. Little Chen will stay here from now on. Just treat Shiyan like your own sister, and be patient with her." As soon as she said this, Su Shiyan instantly exploded. "Mommy, what did you just say?" In the living room were your several large bags of luggage. Su Shiyan completely broke down. She collapsed on the couch, crying loudly. Her legs kept kicking nonstop. "Mom, you can't be serious. You want me to live with this brute? How am I supposed to sleep at night?" He turned and grabbed Jiang Tang. "Tang, please talk to my mom for me. Otherwise, we'll both be in danger." Jiang Tang joined in, "Aunt Xiao. Shiyan and I are both girls. And suddenly a guy moves in. It's really inconvenient." Aunt Xiao just smiled. "I trust Xiao Chen's character." While everyone was arguing, you didn't care at all. You were just eyeing the yard, trying to find the source of that energy. Su Shiyan saw how indifferent you looked, and got even angrier. Shouted at you, "Hey, can you at least say something? Stop acting like you're mute. I don't want you moving in." You shot him a sideways glance. "My name's not Hey. I'm Ning Chen. This place is nice. I want to stay here." That left both of them speechless. Aunt Xiao laughed even harder. She turned to the old butler, "Fanny, old Fan. What do you think? Fanny had already sized you up. He nodded slightly. Madam is right. This kid's mature and steady. A good choice for Fanbo. Why are you taking his side too? Su Shiyan hugged a pillow and cried even harder. Finally, Aunt Xiao called you out to the yard. And told you to be patient with spoiled Shiyan. Also, keep an eye on her at school. She said you're always hiking and climbing. So you're really strong. You were completely confused. Su Shiyan is pretty. But she looks just a bit better than average to you. Compared to the girls in Little Nantian. She's not enough. You've lived 2,000 years. Human emotions are long gone for you. You only remember when your family was struggling. Aunt Xiao helped your family with money every time. But the main thing is, there's a spiritual spring under this villa. Even though it's almost dried up, there's still some energy left. Enough for you to stay a while. As soon as Aunt Xiao left, you heard a vicious dog barking. You looked up and saw Su Shiyan, walking a big German shepherd with a missing ear. She stormed over to you. Mingchen, I don't care how you tricked me. No way you can stay here. Are you leaving or not? If not, I'll let Heilung bite you. Heilung, the German shepherd, bared his teeth at you. Looking vicious. You changed the subject. Which room am I staying in? If no one tells me, I'll pick one myself. You really think this is your house, huh? Su Shiyan was furious. She just let go of the leash, pointed at you and shouted, Heilung. Kick him out for me. Heilung let out a loud bark. Then charged straight at you. The next second, you just glared back coldly. The fierce shepherd slammed on the brakes. And turned to run with its tail between its legs. Dove straight into its doghouse. Whining pitifully. Like it saw a ghost. Su Shiyan's face turned pale. She pointed at you, stuttering. Ningning, did you hurt someone before? Otherwise, why would Heilung be so scared of you? He's even trained with police dogs. You smirked, At least you're not totally clueless. A sharp scream. Su Shiyan threw the leash away. And ran straight to the second floor. Jiang Tang gave you the room under the stairs on the second floor. You didn't mind. Just moved in. Lying on the bed. You finally relaxed a bit. Your core was broken. And your energy well ruined. Both your soul and body were badly damaged. Even in Little Nantian, it's hard to heal. Luckily, you still have over 8,000 years to live. You can either find a cure on Earth, or find a way back to Little Nantian. While thinking about it, you fell asleep. Slept till 9 p.m. The housekeeper had been by long ago. But Su Shiyan made sure no one called you for dinner. She even threw out the food you packed. Hoping to make you lose your temper. So she could kick you out. But you didn't fall for it at all. You just got up and wandered outside. On the second floor balcony. Jiang Tang watched you leave. And told Shuyan, she went out. She really can hold it in. Su Shiyan puffed her cheeks angrily. Let's lock the doors tonight. Make him sleep on the street. You wandered into the campus food street. And entered a barbecue place run by Li Mei. Ordered over 600 yuan worth of skewers. Reading web novels while eating. Slowly enjoying your food. Life's so boring without cultivation. You had to pick up your old high school hobbies. Just to kill time. Meanwhile, in the kitchen. The owner, Li Mei, was telling her daughter Su Wanwan. That you looked skinny. But she didn't expect you to eat so much. Su Wanwan mumbled that you might be trying to dine and dash. You heard every word clearly. But didn't care. Kept reading your novel. After a while. A group of punks with colorful hair. Kicked open the door. The place turned chaotic instantly. Su Wanwan went pale. Grabbed Li Mei's apron and hid in the kitchen. The leader, Ma Kuan, kicked away a chair. The noise gave you a headache. So you just blocked your hearing with inner energy. And kept reading the exciting part. But trouble had to show up. Ma Kuan and his gang harassed Li Mei. Demanded 4,000 yuan as protection fee. Li Mei begged on her knees, but it didn't work. Then they targeted Su Wanwan, who ran out for help. Stole her money and got physical. Su Wanwan is about to cry from anxiety. She looks at you, pleading for help. But you don't even lift your head. Until Ma Kuan reaches out to grab your phone from the table. Then you finally look up. With a cold voice, you say, "What do you want?" Ma Kuan is about to lose his temper. Li Mei rushes out to smooth things over. But Ma Kuan slaps her across the face. He viciously demands the management fee from him. He even threatens Su Wanwan to call him her godbrother. Li Mei drops to her knees right there. She's crying her heart out. You finally close your phone. You look up and ask the boss lady, "How much do I owe for this?" You just want to pay and leave. Go home and finish your novel. Su Wanwan's eyes are red. She chokes up and says, "It's 530 yuan in total." You get ready to pay by phone. Ma Kuan swings his hand at your face, shouting, "Did I say you could pay?" But next second, you twist his wrist with a backhand. A gentle squeeze. There's a crisp crack. His wrist bones are instantly damaged. The pain makes him fall to the ground screaming. He rolls all over the floor. At the same time, the register pings a payment notification. Payment received, 530 yuan. Su Wanwan is completely stunned. Someone just broke his wrist. And paid at the same time. Without another word, you pocket your phone. Turn around, and get ready to leave. Get him for me. Ma Kuan is lying on the ground, wailing like a pig being slaughtered. 5 thugs rush over with weapons. Their faces twisted, they charge at you. You frown and mutter, "Are you done yet?" You raise your hand and slap one. Lightning fast slap. You smack all 5 in the face one after another. 5 sharp smacks ring out. Dozens of teeth, covered in golden liquid, go flying across the room. All 5 thugs collapse at the same time. Clutching their cheeks, they bawl in pain. Their gums are all busted up. By the time Su Wanwan and Li Mei snap out of it, you're already out the door. You just want to get home quickly and finish your novel. At the intersection up ahead, Su Wanwan chases after you, out of breath. She's bent over, gasping for air, watching how fast you walk. She's totally shocked. Are you an athlete or something? How do you walk so fast? No need to thank me. You toss out the remark. Turn and walk away. After 2,000 years. You've seen this kind of thing plenty of times. And you're tired of people relying on you. Like it's nothing special after you help them. It's past 10 p.m. You're heading home, bags of groceries in hand. Strolling slowly back to Rose Garden. You poke at the lock a couple times with your key. But the door's double locked. You don't get mad. You use a bit of true energy at your fingertips. The lock pops open instantly. In the living room, Jiang Tang is talking to Su Xian. Xian, aren't we being a bit harsh? Too harsh? He might be a bad guy. How can I live with someone like that? Su Xian sits on the couch, gaming with her milk tea. Suddenly, she spills the drink all over her new pajamas. She doesn't want the hassle. So she just takes off her pajamas and asks Jiang Tang to toss them in the wash. Right then, you walk in the door. For a second, your eyes meet. Su Xian's brain totally freezes. The door was locked. How did you get in? Don't look, she screams, hugging herself and turning away. Jiang Tang starts to panic too. The two of them start messing around. And the living room's a total mess. Hey, I didn't see anything. You clear your throat. Then you head into the kitchen. Right after, Jiang Tang comes down to ask for rent. Su Xian originally told her to do it. The plan was to make you move by charging 30,000 a month. But as soon as she gets to the stairs, she's stopped in her tracks by a delicious aroma from the kitchen. Wow, that smells so good. You can make soup? She peeks into the kitchen. Want to drink some together? You're okay with this girl? Sure. She instantly forgets about the rent. She takes a sip of soup, almost swallowing her tongue. This is your herbal soup with 17 traditional ingredients. Only the chicken here isn't as good. Or the flavor would be unbeatable. After soup, Jiang Tang happily goes back to her room. Right at the door, she bumps into Su Xian. Traitor, Jiang Tang. Next morning, a Rolls-Royce pulls up to Qingzhou University. Su Xian sits in the car, glaring at you in the rearview mirror for 10 minutes. Her eyes are sore from staring. You finally say, I didn't do it on purpose yesterday. Shut up, don't talk. She instantly covers her ears. Her face goes bright red. She's mortified. The driver in the front is sweating bullets. There's way too much drama in that sentence. You lean back on the seat and add calmly, don't worry. We won't be living together forever. You already have a plan in mind. Hope so, she scoffs and turns away. Her cheeks still flushed. 10 minutes later, the Rolls-Royce Cullinan you're in pulls up to Qingzhou University's gates. Tons of people turn to stare. Su Xian gets out first, turning heads everywhere. Her champagne blonde hair and schoolgirl skirt stand out. With her subtle makeup, her features pop. Jiang Tang follows her. Angelic face, killer body. Drawing just as much attention. You just keep scrolling your phone, reading novels as you walk. Yawning from time to time. Someone snuck downstairs for your soup last night. So you barely slept. A few steps inside the gate. 5 or 6 guys approach to flirt. Su Xian and Jiang Tang both reject them straight out. Suddenly Su Xian stops. Turns and says, Hey, can you stop following me? You look speechless. Who's following you? This way is closest to the classroom. Where else should I go? Then stay away from me. Annoying. Su Xian flips her head with a pout. Pulls Jiang Tang ahead. You mutter, what's her problem? And can't be bothered to argue. Xian, why do you hate Ningchen so much? It wasn't on purpose yesterday. Jiang Tang tries to defend you as they walk. But it just hits Su Xian's sore spot. Ugh, I don't want to hear it. Xiao Tang, you can't bring this up again. I need to completely forget. Su Shiyan shakes her head like a rattledrum. Jiang Tang is about to laugh, but stops at the next second. A yellow-haired young man blocks their way. He has a greasy smirk on his face. It's Chen Zhihao. Chen Zhihao, you don't even go here. Why are you here? Jiang Tang frowns. Can't I visit even if I don't go here? Chen Zhihao puts his hands in his pockets. A scar on his face still healing from a fish bone. His eyes are full of hostility. He brought 3 thugs with him today. His henchmen smirked and surrounded the 2 of them. Su Shiyan didn't want to waste words with him. She grabbed Jiang Tang and tried to leave. But he kept blocking them. He asked, "Where's Ning Chen, that country bumpkin? Tell me and I'll let you go." Chen Zhihao gritted his teeth. He threatened harshly. "I have to teach that guy a lesson today." Su Shiyan was about to speak. But she couldn't bring herself to say, "He's right behind you. No matter what, he's still your mom's friend's son. It'd be bad if something happened." Just then, Jiang Tang's eyes darted around. Suddenly, she pointed behind Chen Zhihao with a gasp. Ning Chen and Chen Zhihao totally fell for it. They turned around fast. "Where? Zhihao, bro?" His buddy quickly warned him, "She's tricking you." Chen Zhihao smacked the back of his henchman's head in anger. He led his guys and rushed forward. The 2 slipped through the crowd. They soon found you sitting on a bench by the lake. You were relaxing, reading a novel on your phone. Ning Chen, run. Jiang Tang was out of breath from running. Chen Zhihao's here to get revenge on you. Chen Zhihao? Who? After your soul was hurt. A random nobody is impossible to remember. Until you saw Chen Zhihao panting, running over. Then you finally remembered. It was that day. The rich kid who almost drowned in the carp soup. Ning Chen, you jerk. Get him. As soon as Chen Zhihao saw you, his eyes turned red. He called over his 3 henchmen and charged. Watch out. Su Shiyan screamed in fear. She could already picture you getting beat up on the ground. But the next second, 3 dull thuds sounded one after another. The 3 thugs who rushed at you were each kicked straight into the lake. Instantly they became soaked and embarrassed. One tried to climb out. But you kicked him back in. A crowd of students gathered to watch. Ning Chen. I'll take you down. Chen Zhihao was furious. He grabbed a brick and tried to sneak attack you from behind. You reacted like you had eyes in the back of your head. You dodged sideways. Chen Zhihao couldn't stop himself and fell. He plunged headfirst into the water. He flailed, yelling for help. He shouted that he couldn't swim. No one around moved. Only you did. You reached into the lake with one hand and pulled out the 100-pound Chen Zhihao, lifting him straight out of the water. The watching students were stunned. Everyone gasped in disbelief. Just when everyone thought you'd rescue him, you swung your arm in a circle and tossed him 5 or 6 meters away. Off you go. Su Shiyan and Jiang Tang were frozen. The students fell silent. Luckily, the 3 henchmen could swim. Chen Zhihao gulped down a bellyful of lake water before being rescued. You had already walked away. Xiao Tang, do you believe me? This guy is definitely not a regular student. He's gotta be some street tough. Su Shiyan followed you from afar. Still acting tough. I don't know, but he was really cool just now. Jiang Tang kept her cheeks in awe. Her eyes lit up with admiration. Cool? He's not cool at all. Seriously, not cool. Su Shiyan refused to admit it. But that move he did was actually pretty cool. You walked the 2 girls to the art classroom. Looking super annoyed. Keep it low-key. Don't cause trouble. I'm not your bodyguard. Jiang Tang gave a sloppy salute. Okay, big strong guy. You were speechless. Big strong guy? What kind of nickname is that? You're so strong. I'm gonna call you Big Strong Guy from now on. You were too lazy to argue about the name. Right before heading out, you added, remember, don't make trouble. I really hate trouble. I'll do whatever I want. Why should I listen to you? Su Shiyan crossed her arms, looking annoyed. If Joey didn't stop me, I wouldn't bother with you. After saying that, you turned and left. Who needs you? Su Shiyan shouted at your back, stomping her feet in anger. You shook your head, thinking to yourself, does she really think that action is cute? You wandered along and checked in at the medical classroom. You were so average, no one noticed you. You casually picked a seat and took out your phone to keep reading. Bro, what are you reading? You look super into it. Just 10 minutes in, a chubby kid with glasses turned around. Let's get acquainted. My name's Fong Tao. Just call me Little Fat Fong. Ning Chen, you didn't even look up. Ning Chen, did you vote yet? Little Fat Fong smiled slyly. Campus Forum is picking the school beauty. Don't you want to see? Our class has a candidate. He pointed ahead. A pure-looking girl was surrounded by classmates. Her face was blushing. Her eyes were full of shyness. I'm really not interested. You thought novels were way more fun. After living for over 2,000 years. You've seen every kind of wisdom. Even gorgeous women become boring after a while. Just keep pretending. Little Fat Fong looked at you with disdain. He turned and chatted with Big Knife Bro next to him. That Big Knife Bro was called Zhang Dachuan. He grew up in the countryside. Looked pretty simple. He heard something about the school beauty, and instantly logged into the forum on his phone. That's Su Xuyen. Wow, she's really gorgeous. Even prettier than celebrities. Zhang Dachuan stared at his phone. His eyes almost popped out. Celebrity Su Xuyen is the heiress of the Su group. Su Jingshan is her dad. She doesn't even care about being a celebrity. Fang Xiaopeng pushed up his glasses. Su Jingshan, that big shot entrepreneur who's always on TV. Zhang Dachuan was startled, no kidding. Su Group's worth is in the billions. She's got the looks. And tons of money. Her overall package crushes the competition. Is Su Xuyen really that pretty? I don't see it. Listening to them go on forever. You couldn't help but cut in. Fang Xiaopeng and Zhang Dachuan were stunned. Ning Chen, you're just playing dumb at this point. Su Xuyen's not pretty to you? Then are there any beauties left in the world? Zhang Xiaopeng pouted, just look at her face. She'd go viral the second she entered showbiz. Zhang Dachuan nodded along. I really think she's average. At best, she's kinda pale. You sighed. The way they look at you, like you're just showing off. They quickly turned away and ignored you. You didn't mind the peace and quiet. You kept your head down, reading your novel. Not long after, the classroom door was kicked open. A group of people barged in, looking fierce. Leading them was a big, muscular guy. Hands on his hips. One look and you knew he was trouble. That's Brother Peng. He's even dripping wet. Chen Zhihao locked onto you instantly. He pointed and yelled at you. He's the one who threw me in the lake. The whole class went wild. All eyes were instantly on you. Even that innocent girl in the front row whipped her head around. Her eyes lit up. But you were just getting to the good part in your novel. And this totally cut you off. Instantly lost interest. Fang Xiaopeng and Zhang Dachuan looked at you in shock. To them, you're just a quiet guy obsessed with novels. Who would have guessed? You'd throw someone into a lake on your first day? You're Ning Chen, right? I hear you're pretty bold. The big guy walked down from the podium. He slammed his foot on your desk. Bang! The desk shook. The freshman backed away, scared. Zhang Dachuan saw the size of the guy and, full of justice, immediately spoke up. Hey, upperclassman. What are you doing? Smack. The big guy slapped him hard. 6 foot something. Zhang Dachuan staggered back. He caught himself on the desk, barely staying upright. I'm Zhao Liping, from the Sonda Club. Get lost. As soon as he said that, the freshmen all freaked out. Zhao Liping, a core member of the Sonda Club. A city-level Sonda champ. Oh my god, a real champion? Ning Chen's doomed now. Students whispered all around. Faces full of worry. You wanna try too, chubby? After dropping Zhang Dachuan, Zhao Liping glared coldly at Fang Xiaopeng. Fang Xiaopeng was so scared his legs went weak. He couldn't even form a sentence. Smack. Another loud slap. Fang Xiaopeng squeezed his eyes shut in fear. But he didn't feel any pain. Everyone was stunned. Chen Zhihao held his burning face, lying on the floor, screaming out. Cursing wildly at Zhao Liping. A mouthful of golden liquid mixed with a broken tooth spat out. I don't know. It wasn't me. Zhao Liping stared at his right hand and backed away, looking like he'd seen a ghost. The Sonda Club members were all dumbfounded. They stared at each other. Did Brother Ping lose control practicing martial arts? He can't tell friend from foe anymore. If it wasn't you, then what, a ghost? Everyone saw you do it. You were still sitting there. With your right hand under the desk. You hooked your index finger ever so slightly. It really wasn't me. Zhao Liping just finished yelling, when his right arm suddenly swung out of control. A wild backfist smacked Chen Zhihao right in the face as he was getting up. Just as Chen Zhihao calmed down, his bloody nose burst open again. Golden snot sprayed out. He fell back flat, still cursing under his breath. What the heck is going on? How does Sonda training mess me up like this? Zhao Liping was totally breaking down. He started wildly slapping his own face. Smack. Smack. The sound was loud. Even the corners of his mouth oozed golden fluid. You shrugged. Looking like none of this was your concern. You reached out to help Zhang Dachuan up. This tall guy. Brave, but honestly kind of clueless. Teacher, it's him. He's hitting our classmates. Come help. Then the girl from the front row rushed in with 2 teachers. And the moment they came in, they saw Zhao Liping slapping himself like crazy. Looking totally freaked out and broken. The girl was totally stunned. She had no idea what was happening. The 2 teachers quickly took all the Sonda Club members away. Are you okay? The girl walked up to you. looking genuinely worried. And only then you realized. She's the daughter of that barbecue shop owner from last night. Isn't she Su Wanwan? Su Wanwan's eyes sparkled. She was just about to chat with you more. When the counselor suddenly walked in, she had to go back to her seat. The counselor's last name is Wang. He checked up on you for a bit, then announced that military training starts tomorrow. As soon as he finished, Su Wanwan turned around to look for you. But your seat was already empty. You were gone. You found a quiet spot and spent the afternoon reading novels, only heading to the food street outside campus that evening to eat. As you walked up to Li Mei Barbecue, you heard people shouting inside. A few thuggish guys were surrounding Li Mei and her daughter Su Wanwan, demanding your phone number. The leader, Ma Kuan, had a mean cross-eyed stare. His tone was all threat. No way, Kuan bro. Customer information is private. I really can't give it to you. Li Mei pleaded with them. Please, let us go. Privacy, my ass. That guy beat me up like this. If I can't get back at him, how am I supposed to keep going? Ma Kuan pointed at his crossed eyes, threatening. Either I wreck your shop tonight, or you give me his number. You pick. Su Wanwan bit her lip, not sure if she should say something. What? Your voice suddenly rang out from the door. Looking for me? The thugs all turned to look. They saw you in a tracksuit, hands in your pockets, looking every bit the student. You walked in nice and slow. Look who showed up. Ma Kuan pointed at his eyes and roared angrily. Even the hospital can't fix these. Was this your doing? Yeah, that was me. If you have a problem, take it out on me. You admitted it calmly. Glanced at the 10 thugs in the room. You all want to go at once? Don't waste time. I haven't even eaten yet. Ma Kuan lost it on the spot. He pulled out a baton from his waist. Charged at us with 10 guys. Tables flipped and chairs crashed in seconds. There were broken dishes everywhere. Ning Chen, stop trying to act tough. Run. Su Wanwan suddenly found some courage. She shouted at the top of her lungs. That's 10 armed thugs. How could one person possibly win? But the next second, he saw something he'd never forget. You dropped one guy with a punch. A baton slammed into you. You didn't even flinch. In just a couple blinks, all 10 thugs were down, crying out in pain. I'm from Qingzhou University Sonda Club. My name's Xiao Liping. Don't let me see you on this street again, or I'll beat you up every time I do. After that, you kicked out, sending them flying out the door like trash. Then you casually grabbed a seat and started ordering food. Li Mei and Su Wanwan were just stunned. Shueiyue Street is rough. They've seen plenty of fights, but never anyone this good. One guy taking on 10 armed punks. Like it's nothing. Hey, you okay? I just saw a baton hit you. Su Wanwan quickly ran over. She looked really worried. I'm fine, you said. Then turned to Li Mei. Your place does stir-fry too, right? Not just barbecue? Su Wanwan was speechless. This guy just fought a bunch of thugs, and all he thinks about is food. What do you want to eat, kid? Auntie will cook for you. Li Mei replied and turned to the kitchen. She winked at Su Wanwan a few times before going in. Meanwhile, at the hospital, the thugs who got beat up were groaning in hospital beds. Kuan, that Zhao Liping was crazy strong. My arms busted for 3 months. The green-haired guy was gritting his teeth in pain. Man, that kid's tough. Ma Kuan's face was swollen like a pig. His eyes were burning with rage. He swore you practiced iron shirt kung fu. Otherwise, that baton would have hurt. No way you'd just shrug it off. The others all looked freaked out. No way, we can't just let this go. I gotta call Brother Xiao. Ma Kuan said. And dialed Bai Xiao, the boss of Shueiyue Street. As soon as the call connected, Bai Xiao heard the story and cursed them out. Called them all useless. Can't even handle a student. Brother Xiao, it's not our fault. That kid actually does iron shirt. He's tough as steel. Ma Kuan looked miserable. Where is he now? I'll send Bao and Lang over. Bai Xiao's tone suddenly got cold. Brother Bao and Brother Lang? Ma Kuan jumped in shock and quickly gave Li Mei's barbecue address. Back in the barbecue place, you were still eating like crazy. Dishes stacked high on the table. Su Wanwan watched you and finally couldn't help asking, how can you eat so much? You replied with your mouth full. Mumble, none of your business. I'm paying, aren't I? That's not what I mean. If you eat like this, you'll wreck your stomach. Su Wanwan hurried to explain. You grabbed more skewers. Heard of competitive eaters? Su Wanwan nodded. Not my thing. Su Wanwan was speechless again. You didn't stop until you'd eaten over $1,000 worth. Finally, you took a break. If you ate more, they'd call you a monster. You were about to pay by QR code. But Li Mei jumped in to stop you. Young man. Thank you for helping us these days. This meal's on me, Auntie said. No need, you knew why. She wanted you to watch over them. The mother and daughter. But you hate trouble the most. If her barbecue wasn't so good, you wouldn't even be here. After you paid the second time, you just turned and left, leaving mother and daughter looking disappointed. Walking down the street, you finally got back to business. With how much you eat, the 20K allowance from your mom won't last long. Where can I get some money? Turn rock into gold? Make a mountain of gold? Or sell some artifacts for cash? As a last resort, find old rich folks and help extend their lives? All that costs spiritual energy though. You sighed. Suddenly took a sharp turn. And went into a pitch-black alley. Where'd he go? Left side. Two men in black coats followed fast. Just as they entered the alley, your voice came out of the dark. So you found me, huh? The two looked at each other, surprised. You're Ning Chen. Figured you'd notice us tailing you. You're pretty skilled, huh? You kept your hands in your pockets. And sounded calm. Just get to the point. Who sent you? We should be asking you that. The one on the left pulled back his hood, revealing a face full of scars. That's Chen Zibao, Baijiao's top thug. Sihai Gang, Qinglong Club, Tiger Gate. Which side are you with? Chen Zibao pulled a knife from his coat. The blade flashed cold. You sighed first. Then went serious. I'm from Puryang Wuji Kung Fu. Chen Zibao got mad right away. Yelled at you for talking nonsense. Roared that he'd teach you a lesson. Biao, stop wasting words with him. Grab him and beat him up. Let's see if his bones are tougher, or the stick is. The one talking is Chen Zibao's older brother, Chen Ziang. He's a big guy. Before he even finished, he shot at you like an arrow. You could tell right away. This guy's in way better shape. Way stronger than the thugs from before. But still nowhere close to the most basic cultivation level. You kicked straight at him. Chen Ziang never expected you to be that fast. He took the kick head on. His chest bones got hurt instantly. He coughed up golden blood on the spot. Chen Zibao was totally shocked. He charged at you with a knife. You didn't even dodge. Just reached out and grabbed the knife. Right in front of him, you squeezed your fingers. The steel dagger got crushed into a lump of metal. Chen Zibao was scared stiff on the spot. He couldn't even talk straight. You're not even as good as your brother. You said coldly. You lightly hooked your right index finger. A thin strand of aura appeared from your fingertip. It wound around Chen Zilong, who was lying on the ground. What's happening to me? Chen Zilong suddenly stiffly got up off the ground. He realized his body wasn't listening to him at all. He started freaking out right there. Bro, what's wrong with you? Biao, get out of the way. I can't control myself. What the heck is going on? Chen Zilong yelled, while swinging his fist, and slammed Chen Zibao in the face. Started beating him up wildly. The two brothers tangled up like puppets on strings. Both got their faces smashed in. Looked like they were about to get concussions. You just turned and walked out of the alley. And called the police while leaving. Hello, I'd like to report something. There's a crazy fight going on here. It's really scary. You strolled back to Rose Garden Villa. But to your surprise, Su Xian's dad, Su Jingshan, was there. In the living room, Su Xian was sticking close to the couch, twisting her shoulders and acting cute with Su Jingshan. Calling him daddy over and over. Sounding just like a 3-year-old. As soon as she saw you walk in, Su Xian instantly dropped her smile. Put on a stern face and crossed her legs. Snapped back to her cool, rich girl persona in a heartbeat. So, you're Ming Chen? Su Jingshan walked over from the living room, looking you up and down with his pretty eyes. His butler, Fanny, stayed right by his side. Hello, Uncle Su. You greeted him politely. I heard about what happened today. Thank you, Xiao Chen, for helping Xian out. Su Jingshan smiled warmly. Your mother and Xian's mother are close friends. Of course, I hope you and Xian can be good friends too. Daddy, I really don't want to be friends with her. Before you could say anything, Su Xian whined loudly. I don't want to either. You nodded in agreement. Su Xian angrily grabbed a pillow and tossed it right at you. Who do you think you are? There's a line of people wanting to be my friend. From here all the way to the school gate. Relax, 3 months tops. We'll be on our own ways again. You tilted your head to dodge the pillow. What do you mean, on our own ways? You make it sound like we're dating or something. Su Xian shook her little fist in frustration. Alright, Su Jingshan forced a wry smile. He called you out to the yard. You walked from the bright living room out to the dim yard. The smile vanished from the man's face. His expression turned cold. You instantly saw what he was thinking. You spoke up, Uncle Su. If you've got something to say, just tell me. Alright, Su Jingshan's face turned serious. Ming Chen. Honestly, I wasn't thrilled about you moving in at first. Xian is the apple of my eye. Living under the same roof as a young man full of energy. That would set off rumors. If word got out, It'd be the talk of the whole Shinjo social circle. So, first thing I need from you is, don't tell anyone you're living here. Then why didn't you just kick me out? You asked about 2 reasons. Someone really likes you. Even wants to match you with Shuyan. Su Jingshan spoke firmly. Of course, that's just wishful thinking. Don't take it to heart. Once, Shuyan told me you're really strong. You trained, right? Yeah, I've trained, you nodded. Old Fan trained too. You're level 8? Wanna try a match with him? Su Jingshan asked. Ask him yourself. You looked over at Fanny. Su Jingshan and Fanny shared a glance. They both smiled. Kid's young. But pretty confident. Fanny put his hands behind his back. And grinned at you. Ever heard of internal force? Nope, never heard of it. You shook your head. Fanny thought to himself. He doesn't even know about internal force? Must just be a typical martial arts hobbyist. Next second, he freed his left hand. Clenched his 5 fingers slightly. And suddenly grabbed at the air. Crack, the ginkgo tree in the yard had 5 half-inch deep finger marks on it. Fanny put his hands behind his back. And spoke with pride. This is internal force. Only martial artists who've trained for decades can master it. This is called the general rank. In ancient times, they charged into battle. Could take on 100 by themselves. He was sure a kid named Ning like you would be scared out of your mind. But you just scoffed in your head. This is just inner strength. But now you were a little curious about modern martial arts. You looked up and asked Fanny, above internal force, what's the next level? Fanny froze for a moment, not expecting you to stay so calm. Secretly, he admired your composure. But he still put on airs. Take it easy, kid. Internal force generals are already 1 in a million. Back in the day, they could easily win the top martial arts title. If you want internal force like mine, you need to master external force first. Even with great talent, it still takes at least 10 years of hard work. You rolled your eyes inside. This old man sure talks a lot. Then Su Jingshan leaned in and lowered his voice. So, how good is old Fan? As chairman, he's good enough to protect Miss Su. He can handle basic punks just fine. Fanny replied. Su Jingshan nodded. Then turned to you. I have a task for you. Protect Shuyan at school. Like you did today. Can you do that? You almost laughed out loud. Having a nascent soul cultivator. Protect a high school girl? Now that's creative. That's why you let me stay. That's right, Su Jingshan's plan is airtight. This way, he doesn't have to argue with that person. And you can stay here too. Everybody wins. Other than that, I'll pay you 10 grand. Guys your age need money, right? I'm just a regular student. Uncle Su, maybe you should find someone else. You said your piece. Then you walked away. Just asking you to protect Su Shuyan. Even living with her. It's suffocating for you. Su Jingshan's face stiffened instantly behind you. Fanny shook his head. The Su Group is one of the top 10 companies in Qingzhou. And the Su family is famous in Jiangnan. This is your chance to jump social classes. And you just threw it away. They think you're clueless. Meanwhile, at Qingzhou University No. 1 hospital, Bai Xiao looked at the beds, oxygen tubes plugged in. Chen Zi and Lang, both brothers, still out cold. Bai Xiao was furious. My 2 best guys. Now they're messed up like this. He gritted his teeth, speaking slowly. Zhao Liping, I don't care who you are. I'm gonna make you pay. Wang Yinhua with wine-red hair walked up. She whispered a report. Brother Xiao, checked out. Zhao Liping's actually in Qingzhou University's Sonda Club. His parents are just average folks. No background, just a principal uncle. Bai Xiao cursed right there. With a fierce look, he ordered Yinhua. Get people here. If 1's not enough, get 10. If 10 aren't enough, bring 20. 10, 100 if needed. I don't believe this Xiao kid is Superman. I'll take him down. Or I can't show my face in Xiqing anymore. Wang Yinhua frowned. But nodded. All right. Brother Xiao. I'll call the guys right now to prep. Next was the first day of school. Su Shuyan woke up early. She stomped loud going downstairs. Trying to wake you up. Only to find your room was empty. You'd already gone out for a walk. At school, Su Shuyan told you to get out at the gate first. Then she and Jiang Tang parked underground. You loved the free time. When the orientation ended, military training started right away. You had tons of ways to skip it. But at first didn't bother. After 40 minutes of standing at attention, the instructor shouted, time's up. 20 minutes of rest. Clinical class 2 scattered everywhere. Everyone groaned. The young instructor glanced around, looking unimpressed. College students these days are pampered. You can't even stand still for 40 minutes? Useless, he said. A short-haired guy in class, Li Xianming, refused to accept it. He raised his hand and stood up. Next if. You can't judge everyone, instructor. Standing at attention is nothing to me. I work out and play basketball daily. Physically, I'm as strong as you. The instructor grinned. Is that so? What's your name? Li Xianming, the instructor smiled. Wanna compete? Sure, what's the challenge? Li Xianming was pumped. Win and you get all the glory. Lose and it's not embarrassing. Let's do push-ups. No problem. They lined up on the ground. Simple rules. Whoever falls first loses. Word spread, and people from nearby classes crowded over. Hordes surrounded them. At first, Li Xianming kept pace. But after 80 reps, his form got sloppy. By 100, dripping with sweat. At 120, shaking all over. He looked up and was stunned. The instructor was doing single-arm push-ups the whole time. Li Xianming blushed and got up. Lost big time. The young instructor clapped and scanned the crowd. Anyone else not convinced? Step up if you want to try. The class went silent. Even big strong Li Xianming lost. Nobody dared challenge. Then the instructor added, if you win, you don't have to do military training. You raised an eyebrow. Now that you mention it, I'm actually interested. The instructor was about to start training again. But you suddenly raised your hand. Instructor, I want to try. Suddenly, everyone stared at you. Li Xianming laughed. To him, you looked skinny, with zero muscle. Worse than him. And you dared to challenge the instructor. The class whispered. Someone recognized you. You're the guy Zhao Liping from Sonda Club messed with yesterday. Surprised you're even taking on the instructor. You want to challenge me? The young instructor looked you up and down, not believing it. Are you sure, instructor? Does your promise still stand? You stared at him. If I win, no military training. Yeah, I promise. The instructor was confident. But you still gotta beat me first. Alright, you relaxed. Stepped forward. And lined up with the instructor. He can beat the instructor? I'll livestream eating Oreos if he does, said Li Xianming. The guys in your dorm swear you'll lose. The girls next to you mostly think you don't stand a chance either. Only Su Wanwan nodded softly. She whispered, I believe he can do it. She'd seen you beat up Ma Kuan. Those punks didn't even seem fazed. Even soldiers might not be able to pull that off. The challenge started. You and the instructor began with regular push-ups. Your rhythm was steady. Once you passed 50 reps, the instructor switched to archer push-ups. He sneered to himself, kid, you're not on my level for this. I'm the push-up record holder in my unit. But the next second, he saw you switch to one-arm push-ups too. You folded your fingers in one by one. Left just your pinky on the ground. Then did push-ups crazy fast. Your form was insanely perfect. No way. The instructor was stunned on the spot. Class 2 of clinical medicine erupted with wild screams. Other classes nearby all freaked out too. Even other instructors were shocked, jaws dropping. Li Xianming's face turned bright red. Like he'd been slapped over and over. He couldn't say a word. If you weren't afraid of scaring all these regular students, let alone one-finger push-ups, you could do dozens of push-ups with no hands. After you finished, you stood up and brushed off the dust. The instructor stared at you in disbelief. Like he was looking at a freak. Who are you, really? You didn't even think. Just repeated Li Xianming's words. I work out and play basketball every day. My fitness just got this way over time. The instructor turned to look at Li Xianming. Li Xianming was so mad he was grinding his teeth. The instructor said if there were no issues, then I'll head out first. You stepped out to leave. Wait up. The instructor chased after you. He wiped sweat as he explained. I was just joking earlier. You really can't skip military training. You weren't happy about that. If it wasn't for that bet he made, you wouldn't have shown off like this. In the end, it was reported to the head instructor. The head instructor looked at you and just granted you a special exemption from training. After you left, the young instructor looked uneasy. Head instructor, is this really okay? What if the other students complain? If they complain, the head instructor crossed his arms. He was naturally intimidating. If anyone can do 10 one-finger push-ups, they can skip military training too. That's my word. Fully satisfied, you strolled around the field, changed clothes, and bought a box of ice cream from the campus store. Ate as you walked. Passing by the basketball court, you spotted Su Shiyan and Jiang Tang. Their performing arts class was doing military training over here. You picked a shady spot and sat down, planning to finish your ice cream then leave. You didn't think much about it. Just pulled out your phone to play. Before long, you actually fell asleep under a tree. Half awake, you heard Zhao Liping and Lu Di talking. Bro Peng, there's something weird about Ning Chen. Next time, let's call more guys. We really need to teach him a lesson. Last time I messed up my move. Next time I run into him, I'm gonna give it to him for real. The two of them, along with some buddies, joked around. As they walked past you. Didn't even notice you in the shade. But when they left the campus, and weren't even 2 blocks away, in an alley, suddenly 4 or 50 armed thugs rushed out. Surrounded them instantly, completely trapping them. Oh my god, Ping bro. What's going on? Lu Di was so scared he shivered. He just hid behind Zhao Liping. Zhao Liping freaked out too. Swallowed hard, trying to act calm. Don't panic, this gang fight's got nothing to do with us. Let's just pretend we didn't see anything. And sneak away. He motioned for everyone to crouch and sneak to the alley entrance. But 50 pairs of eyes instantly locked onto them. The alley went dead silent. Bro Long, why do I feel like they're all looking at me? Lu Di's voice was trembling. Bullshit. Zhao Liping snapped. A guy in a floral shirt, with bleached hair and a machete charged over, kicked him square in the face, and knocked him to the ground. So, you're Zhao Liping? Heard you're pretty tough. Beat both our gang's leopard and wolf bros. Damn. The blonde pointed his knife at his face. No, man. You got the wrong guy. I'm not the one you want. Zhao Liping held his nose, golden fluid dripping, shaking his head like crazy. One of the thugs nearby just pulled his ID card out of his pocket. The blonde glanced at it, snapped it with a crack, and tossed it onto his face. Boys, this is Zhao Liping. Get him. With that command, all 56 thugs went at him. In just a few minutes, Zhao Liping was beaten to a pulp. Dozens of his bones and tendons were injured. Lu Di and the others got beat half to death too. The blonde led his crew away triumphantly, then called by Xiao, reporting in like a boss. Brother Xiao, it's done. That Zhao Liping kid is wasted. He'll be stuck in bed for at least half a year. In the Mingxuan club, Bai Xiao broke into a grin. Ha ha ha, nice. Yang Kai, you're something else. Get to Mingxuan right now. I'll reward you in front of everyone. After hanging up, Bai Xiao hugged Wang Yinhua, cigarette in mouth, smirking. With 50 guys all packing heat, even Wang Feiheng or Ip Man would take a beating. Let alone some college kid. Wang Yinhua finally relaxed. She nodded. At that moment, someone gently shook your arm. A familiar voice sounded in your ear. Ning Chen. You woke up groggy, rubbed your eyes, and saw it was Su Wanwan. You sighed inside, your spirit was too weak. And you actually fell asleep like that. Back in the Shaonan Heaven realm, if you slept outside, without setting up a formation, you'd have died ages ago. Why are you sleeping here? Su Wanwan's fair face was full of concern. The sunset shone on her. She looked beautiful. It's nothing, I just dozed off. You stood up and stretched. Let's go eat at your place. I'm starving. Sure. Su Wanwan's eyes instantly turned to crescents. She happily followed you out of campus. At the gate, the Su family's Rolls-Royce was pulling out. Jiang Tang spotted you right away. She quickly tapped Su Shuyan. Shuyan, look. It's big strength bro. He's with a really pretty girl. Su Shuyan instinctively looked over and saw you chatting and laughing with Su Wanwan. For some reason, she felt uneasy. She said stubbornly, Xiao Tang. Can you not freak out every time you see him? He's not even a big shot. Is it that serious? Jiang Tang stuck out her tongue. Shuyan knew exactly what was going on. She was obviously jealous. You and Su Wanwan had just reached the food street outside campus. Suddenly, you heard Li Mei crying inside your family's barbecue place. And the creepy laughter of some punks. Su Wanwan's face changed. She pushed through the crowd and rushed in. Your face darkened too. It's those punks again. Inside Li Mei's barbecue restaurant, the punks led by Ma Kuan wrecked the place. Li Mei sat on the floor, bawling her eyes out. But she couldn't do anything. Listen up, old lady. Zhao Liping has already been crippled by Brother Xiao. He won't ever help you again. Ma Kuan shouted at the top of his lungs. 4,000 for the protection fee. You better pay up next month or else. After saying that, he turned to leave. Su Wanwan was shaking with anger. She lunged at Ma Kuan, punching and hitting him. You're awful. That's too much. Ma Kuan raised his hand to slap Su Wanwan. But then he looked up and saw you walking in slowly. He jumped back 3 steps in fear. His face went totally pale. Why can't you guys ever learn your lesson? You put your hands in your pockets and walked over step by step. Kuan Ji, wasn't this guy sent to the hospital by Kai Ji? One of the punks was stunned. How would I know? Ma Kuan turned green. He'd seen your strength before. So he quickly smiled and bowed. Heh, Ping Ji. It's a misunderstanding, that's all. Here's your misunderstanding. You kicked hard, sending Ma Kuan flying from the front door to the kitchen. There was a loud crash. Then he stopped moving. Everyone watching was stunned. One kick sent him flying over 10 meters. Like Wang Fei hung in the flesh. But they had no idea. You were already holding back as much as possible. Otherwise, with a kick from a nascent soul cultivator, forget about one person. The whole street could be wiped out. You looked at the guys kneeling on the ground. One of the punks said coldly, "Looks like tonight we're ending this for good." Half an hour later, at Diamond Club, the biggest nightclub in West District, Ma Kuan, covered in blood, was thrown at the door. You kicked open the Emperor Suite's door. Inside, Yang Kai was singing love songs to Bai Xiao. Everyone was having the time of their lives. But as soon as the door smashed open, the room went totally silent. Bai Xiao, Yang Kai, Wang Yinhua, they all stared at you at the door, shocked. And at Ma Kuan. You tossed Ma Kuan to the floor. And scanned the room. "Which one is Brother Xiao?" "That's me." "What do you want?" Yang Kai yelled into the mic, beating his chest. "So you're Brother Xiao. Good, no nonsense." In a flash, you were in front of Yang Kai. And slapped him across the face. Smack, smack, smack. Each slap sounded like firecrackers. Fast and fierce. By the time Bai Xiao and Wang Yinhua reacted, Yang Kai's face was swollen like a pig's head. He had golden snot pouring out. Even lost all his front teeth. "Damn it, get him!" Bai Xiao roared. A dozen punks were in the suite. And another dozen rushed in from outside. They all swarmed at you. But in less than a minute, the floor was littered with bodies. Everywhere were knocked out thugs. With broken bones. Unable to move. Or just passed out cold. The coffee table was smashed to bits. Broken glass everywhere. The place looked like a war zone. Bai Xiao collapsed on the sofa, staring at you in shock. "Who the hell are you? Weren't you looking for me?" You already figured out he was the real boss. "Yeah, I'm Zhao Liping." Bai Xiao's eyes almost popped out. "No, that's not your name." Yang Kai was fooled by you. "Who the hell are you, really? Nice, at least you got some brains." Just as you finished talking, you vanished on the spot. When you reappeared, you were seated next to Bai Xiao. The suite was dimly lit. You moved like a ghost. No one could even see you. Wang Yinhua shrank in the corner, eyes wide. Bai Xiao shrieked in terror. And tried to run. But you pinned him to the sofa with one hand, not letting him move. "Who am I?" "Punks like you don't deserve to know." Your tone was icy. "You just need to know one thing. I eat at Li Mei's barbecue a lot. If you send more goons to bother me there, I'll smash your dog head. Got it?" He stood there, stunned. "So you slapped him 3 more times." Golden snot sprayed out of his nose again. He held on the sofa in pain. "I get it. I get it." Bai Xiao screamed like a slaughtered pig. Nodding frantically, like pounding garlic. "Money's a little tight for me lately. Give me another 200,000. You grabbed his collar. Not taking no for an answer. "Quick, Yinhua. Transfer it to him." Bai Xiao was scared stiff. He just wanted you gone. Wang Yinhua shakily pulled out her phone. "Big bro, what's your bank account? I'll transfer it right now." "You think I'm stupid? Cash only." You shot her a look. "Bank transfers leave a record. Bai Xiao would just call it a scam. You didn't want that headache." Soon, some guys brought over 200,000 in cash. "Take the money." He warned you again before leaving. "Remember, there's no barbecue joint in the cave. That's like ruining my business. Watch out, or I'll bust your head. Don't think I'm joking." He turned and left right after speaking. Bai Xiao looked at the mess in the room. He was shaking with rage. He started roaring on the spot. He threatened you'd pay for this. Wang Yinhua tried to calm him down. She said you must have trained in martial arts. He couldn't help it and slapped him in the face. Still, he stubbornly said he'd get you back. But he didn't see the sly move. A vicious look flashed in Wang Yinhua's eyes on the floor. When you returned to Li Mei's barbecue place, the thugs had already cleaned the shop. You handed 100,000 yuan straight to Li Mei. "Xiao Chen, what's this?" Li Mei stared at the thick pile of cash. She was too scared to take it. "Where did you get so much money?" "I just talked with Brother Xiao. He agreed to pay you. He won't come collect management fees anymore." You made up a story just like that. "Really?" Su Wanwan's eyes lit up. "Take it and give the place a makeover." You shoved the cash into her hand. Then rubbed your belly. "I'm hungry. Got anything to eat?" Yes, I'll get it right now." Li Mei hurried to the kitchen. She quietly wiped her tears away. You picked a seat and sat down. Su Wanwan sat across from you. Her sparkling eyes were full of admiration. Her pretty face turned red. "Ning Chen, you're amazing. I really don't know how to thank you. Just don't annoy me, that's enough." Your reply caught Su Wanwan off guard. She instantly choked up. Her smile froze. She felt totally wronged and confused. You had no intention of apologizing. After living over 2,000 years. You spotted the flirtatious look in her eyes right away. Love is the biggest drag for cultivators. Better kill feelings early. When the semester really started, clinical class 2 had a packed schedule. But you skipped every single class. You either napped at your desk all day, or just read novels. Everyone thought you were nuts. Medicine isn't like other majors. It's even harder than senior year of high school. Skipping class and not studying like you're definitely failing finals. After a physiology class, Feng Xiaopeng saw you get your phone ready for the cafeteria, and couldn't help but ask, Ning Chen, aren't you worried about failing every final this way? Studying medicine is just memorizing stuff, right? I'll just cram when finals come. You sounded relaxed. You left the classroom right away. Li Xueming sneered from behind. Dozens of textbooks. Let's see you cram for finals. You're so getting held back. Foolish kid. These ordinary folks just can't imagine how scary a cultivator's memory is. They have no idea you're also a legendary healer who looks down on Western medicine that's only 200 years old. At lunch, you went to the dining hall. You were waiting in line. Suddenly, you felt someone glaring from behind. You turned to look. It was Su Xian. During these 7 days of military training, you chilled under the trees eating ice cream every day, playing on your phone, while she had to bake in the sun. She was pissed. Hey, strong Su. Jiang Tang waved at you from behind Su Xian. All the nearby guys quickly glanced your way. You nodded back at Jiang Tang. Just then, a girl's scream suddenly came from inside the cafeteria. You looked over. A tall guy, handsome and holding a basketball, walked toward the line. All the girls started chattering at once. That's when you realized it was Xing Shufei, a junior. He used to be on the track team. His family's loaded. Xing Shufei and his buddies lined up right behind Su Xian and Jiang Tang. He grinned at Su Xian. Freshman, right? You must be Su Xian. You're really famous. Su Xian usually ignored jocks like him. But then she saw you looking over, and got a new idea. She flashed Xing Shufei a sparkling smile. Yeah, that's me, Su Xian. Hi there. What do you want to eat, freshman? Let me buy you lunch. Xing Shufei was surprised and thrilled. Jiang Tang was totally stunned. He followed Su Xian's gaze and glanced at you. He got it right away. She's just trying to make you jealous. Su Xian figured. You'd be jealous, seeing her talk so happy with some guy. No doubt you'd feel bad. But you just grabbed lunch and left. Didn't even give her a second glance. Su Xian was totally ticked off. Secretly called you a fake jerk. Then she put on her cold face for Xing Shufei. No thanks, upperclassman. I have hands, you know. Xing Shufei just stood there in shock. He was stunned. You found a spot and started eating. Not long after, you noticed Su Xian watching from 3 tables away. She kept staring your way. You texted her. Why do you keep staring at me? Su Xian saw your message, and her face turned bright red. She hurriedly replied, who's looking? Narcissist. After sending that, she angrily blocked you right away. She just wanted to see you get upset. But you didn't even notice. You just calmly ate your food. Right then, a bunch of thugs stormed the cafeteria. A crew-cut, muscular guy dragged a guy with glasses along. They stopped near Su Xian. He yelled out, find Ning Chen, now. I got business with him. Oh man, skin clear bro. The guy with glasses was shaking all over. Unbelievable. Just a few days away. And this happens in our club. The muscular guy stood with hands on his hips. A whole group of tough guys stood behind him. They looked fierce. Su Xian's heart skipped a beat. He wanted to see you mess up. But seeing these scary guys, he knew things were out of control. After unblocking your number, he quickly messaged, hey, did you piss off the wrong people? They're coming for you. Hurry and leave out the back. Just sent the message, not even 2 seconds. Suddenly, the guy with glasses from clinical class 2 pulled out a knife. He pointed right at you. And yelled to the muscular guy, Jinfu. That's Ning Chen. Right then, Jiang Jinfu led his guys. And walked straight toward you. Students scattered instantly. Nobody dared stop them. Everyone nearby whispered. He's the head of the Sonda Club. He's won a bunch of city trophies. Jiang Jinfu walked up to your table. And slammed the table hard. Soup splashed everywhere from your tray. So you're Ning Chen? Come with me. We need to talk. You looked up, annoyed that your meal got interrupted. No emotion in his voice. If you have something to say, just say it here. Jiang Jinfu stepped closer. My buddy Zhao Liping got beat up and landed in the hospital a few days ago. He suffered over 20 muscle and bone injuries. Do you know who did it? How would I know? You look puzzled. Jiang Jinfu knocked over your tray right there. Food went everywhere. He pointed right at you. I was so pissed, I could explode. I know exactly what happened. You messed with some thugs off campus. Used Liping's name on purpose. Was it you? He started it, not me. You stayed calm. So you admit it? Jiang Jinfu crossed his arms and sneered. You looked up. What do you want? The room went dead silent. Hundreds of students stared in shock. The track team whispered that you were in big trouble. At Qingda, besides those two from the drum dance club, nobody dares mess with Jiang Jingfu. Su Shiyan stood not far away, clutching her head in pain. She quickly pulled out her phone to call a teacher she knows. Jiang Tang nervously paced nearby. Jiang Jingfu wanted to throw hands right away. But his guys held him back. They said there were too many cameras in the cafeteria. Why not take him to the Sonda room instead? He held back his anger. He pressed both hands on the table. Glared fiercely at you. Do you dare come with us to the Sonda club room? Let's have a real talk. Lead the way. You got up and left. Jiang Jingfu and his crew were stunned. Didn't expect the new guy to agree so fast. Jiang just huffed and walked up front. He'd already worked things out in his mind. Fighting is tricky in the cafeteria. But once you're on his turf, he can do whatever he wants. Right after, you were taken to the Sonda club room at the Student Activity Center. The door closed behind you. The lock hadn't even clicked yet. When one of the club guys kicked you from behind, he showed his true colors. You spun around and grabbed his ankle. Didn't even let him react. Just swung him up in the air. Tossed him like a stick. There were heavy thuds. All six, including Jiang Jingfu, got knocked flying by your human meteor swing. They slammed into the wall. Jiang Jingfu cursed, got up from the floor. He aimed a kick. Right at your face. You didn't even bother dodging. With that kind of legwork, you just punched him. No flashy moves whatsoever. It only took a few hits before Jiang Jingfu couldn't handle it. His forearm swelled up bad. His face was all bruised. The other club guys got knocked out in one punch. Some got their joints hurt. Others clutched their stomachs, puking on the floor. Enough. We're done. Jiang Jingfu yelled in pain. He was sure his arm was broken. You call it off, that's it. You slapped him hard. He staggered, dizzy. Weren't you pretty tough back in the cafeteria? Before you finished speaking, you kicked him again. Jiang Jinfu flew out like a rag doll. He crashed through the heavy clubroom door. Even broke the lock. Rolled out into the hallway. Curled up in pain. His vision went blurry. Right then, there was a group gathered upstairs in the hallway, standing around a guy in a white martial arts outfit. He just placed top 3 in the provincial competition. He's the drum dance club's senior, about to get into Longhu Martial Arts School. Duan Shuilu. The loud crash downstairs caught everyone's eye. They saw Jiang Jinfu roll out. Then looked at you. Strolling out of the room. You glanced at the group. Your eyes paused on Duan Shuilu. This guy just might break into the first stage of body training. Pretty rare on this no-spirit earth. You didn't care much. You just glanced over, ready to leave. Stop, a short guy blocked your way. He pointed at you and shouted. Which school are you from? How dare you challenge Qingda's club? You've got guts. I'm from Qingda. You said, calm as ever. You're from Qingda? The short guy exploded. I'm with the Qingda Drum Dance Club. Never heard of you. Watch your mouth. You frowned. Freshman in clinical medicine, class 2. The moment Mingchen said this, everyone was stunned. A first-year med student took down the local Sonda club champ, and the whole club at once. Even Duan Shuilu and Wen Qinglan beside him exchanged looks. Both were shocked. Just then, a limping club member crawled out of the activity room. He saw Duan Shuilu and teared up instantly. Scrambled over. Senior, you're finally back. You can't just ignore this. After Duan Shuilu heard what happened, his face turned cold. Every martial arts club in Qingda looks to drum dance club. He's the recognized senior. No way he'd let this slide. He stepped up, looked you over with admiration. You've got skills. Where did you learn? I'm from Jiaoda. You sounded impatient. Which Jiaoda? Qingzhou or Binhai? You're a transfer? Duan Shuilu didn't get it. My grandpa taught me everything I know. You're just making stuff up. Duan Shuilu and Wen Qinglan turned pale on the spot. Duan Shuilu forced a laugh. Let's get to the point. Join the cheer club. National stage performances. Dancers are the rarest talent. You're a really promising talent. You wave goodbye. Turn around and leave. When Qinglan rushes over, blocking your way in anger. Our Qingzhou cheer club isn't something just anyone can join. You know how high dancers' salaries are? You could work as a doctor your whole life and never make as much as a dancer does in a month. You roll your eyes. You're just here to slack off at college. Doesn't matter if it's being a doctor or a dancer. You don't want to be either. Sorry, not interested. You brush it aside. Just as you're about to leave, a sudden gust comes from behind. The cheer club crowd gets hyped up. The senior is making a move. When Qinglan jumps in fright, she doesn't have time to stop him. Duan Shuilu is already at physical body level 1. His speed is crazy fast. You just sidestep, dodging his kick with zero effort. You turn back to look at him. Your tone goes cold. What, you want to get beat up? Nice reaction speed. Duan Shuilu gives you an appreciative smile. But to you, that look is just asking for a punch. With my speed, almost nobody in my class can dodge me. Move one more finger, and I'll send you to the infirmary too. You point at him. And you really mean it. All the cheer club members laugh. Everyone starts teasing you for being cocky. You just learned some basic moves. And already you don't respect the senior. When Qinglan looks annoyed too. She thinks you're skilled. But your EQ is off the charts bad. You're wildly arrogant. Mingchen, freshman. Duan Shuilu can't help but laugh. You took down the whole Sonda club on your own. As the senior of Qingzhou's martial arts clubs, I can't just let you walk away. So what do you want? You're done talking with him. Let's have a match. Duan Shuilu grins. Time to show this kid what separates hobbyists from real martial artists. Sure. You raise your fists right away. No, not here. Duan Shuilu looks at your sloppy guard, feeling a little smug. Thinking you're a total amateur. It's too crowded here. Let's go to the martial arts hall. More space to work with. Even fighting is complicated here. You look annoyed. But you still follow them to the 5th floor hall. Next, you head into the martial arts hall with Duan Shuilu. The members training inside see Duan Shuilu. And all come over to say hi. Calling him senior, one after another. They congratulate him on placing top 3 in the province. Automatically recommended to Longhu Martial Hall. You ignore all that. Focusing on Duan Shuilu. So, are we fighting or not? All the members are stunned. Everyone's asking who's this bold freshman. Someone actually talking to the senior like that? When they hear Duan Shuilu's about to spar with you, a new student, the whole place erupts. Someone laughs that with your build, you'll go down in one move. Only when Qinglan frowns, warning the crowd. Don't underestimate him. He took down the entire Sonda club alone. He's a real fighter. Nobody listens to her. Everyone's waiting to see Duan Shuilu teach you a lesson. No one notices. An old man with a staff sitting in the 2nd floor seats, quietly watching you two in the ring. Up on the platform, Duan Shuilu gets into his stance, saying he'll let you have 3 moves. You go first. You don't bother moving. Otherwise, if you lose later, you definitely won't admit it. The crowd bursts out laughing. Haven't seen someone this cocky in years. Duan Shuilu snorts. He's pissed now. Fists and kicks don't pull punches. Watch out. As soon as he says it, his back tenses up. His joints popping loudly, like beans frying in a pan. He shoots forward like an arrow, like a leopard that's been waiting to strike. He lunges straight at you. Most people couldn't even react at this speed. But to you, he seems as slow as a snail. Striking so many poses. So flashy. I thought you were at the golden core stage. You complain offhandedly. You raise your fist and throw a punch. To deal with a weakling like him, you don't even bother using real martial arts. A muffled thud. Your punch lands right on Duan Shuilu's face. He goes flying backwards. Golden snot arcing in the air. He slams hard onto the floor outside the ring, clutching his nose and screaming. A puddle of golden fluid on the ground. The whole place goes dead silent. Everyone is stunned. Qingzhou's toughest guy. Cheer Club senior Duan Shuilu just got KO'd by you in one shot. Even the old man with the staff upstairs suddenly jumps to his feet, eyes wide open. You walk off the stage, totally uninterested, heading straight for the exit. But just as you reach the student center door, when Qinglan rushes after you, calling out, you can hear the tremble in his voice. Who are you, really? Are you actually a freshman here? Class 2, Clinical Medicine. Check for yourself if you don't believe me. You wave him off, annoyed, and keep walking. Just as you turn around, another blast of wind comes from behind. It's Duan Shuilu again. He can't accept losing in front of everyone, so he tries to sneak attack you. Can't get enough of cheap shots, huh? Now you're really annoyed. You spin and grab his kicking foot, twisting hard in the other direction. A sharp crack echoes through the hall. Duan Shuilu's screams pierce the air. He's on the ground, curled up, clutching his foot, tears streaming down from the pain, yelling for someone to call an ambulance, swearing this isn't over. A bunch of club members rush over in a panic, fumbling to call emergency services. You mutter to yourself, nobody at this college will dare mess with me now. Hands in your pockets, you walk out of the martial arts hall without looking back. But just as you reach the student center entrance, Wen Qinglan catches up again, calling after you. You turn around, annoyed again, and spot an old man in a suit next to him. He's in his 70s, holding a Wangwali cane. Silver hair all over his head. He's watching you with a complicated look. Passing students all greet him, calling him principal. You glare at Wen Qinglan. So you went straight to the principal, huh? The cane-wielding elder chuckles. Then says, heh. Didn't expect our incoming class at Qingzhou University would have a martial arts expert already at external grade success. So, where are you from, young man? I'm just an ordinary student. You said that, but an ordinary student can't beat Duan in one move. The old man's brows furrowed. Duan? He just won third place in the Jiangnan Martial Arts Youth Championship. The school already decided to recommend him to Longhu Martial Arts School. I don't know about any martial arts championship. I don't know Longhu Martial Arts School either. All I know is he's pretty weak. You're just being honest. Wen Qinglan turned red with anger. Didn't expect my senior brother to be knocked out by you in one punch. He couldn't even pull off a sneak attack. He couldn't say a single word back. Young man, come to my office and have a chat. The old man's expression turned serious. You just badly injured Duan's foot. This is much more serious than you think. Without my help to smooth things over, your martial arts path might end right here. When it comes down to it, you youngsters really don't know how to hold back. You have free time anyway. I'm curious. Just what kind of background does this Duan guy have? So you just followed them. Chatted on the way. That's when you found out. This old man is named Wen Yu. He used to be president of Qingzhou University. He's also Wen Qinglan's grandpa. He's super respected in the martial arts circle around Qingzhou. When you got to the office, when you asked Wen Qinglan to make tea for you, then he started indirectly asking about your background. Ning, your martial arts skills are impossible to achieve without a great master guiding you. No way you learn that on your own. Who's your teacher? Even if I tell you, you won't know him. A trace of old memory flashed in your eyes. Big words, huh? When Qinglan put down her teacup, she looked annoyed. My grandpa is a standing member of the Qingzhou branch of the Ancient Martial Arts Association. He knows pretty much every grandmaster in Qingzhou and even Jiangnan. There's no one he doesn't know. When you just smiled, didn't say anything. He clearly agreed. My master's Dao name is Yaoguang. You spoke up. When you and Wen Qinglan exchanged a glance, they searched through their list of top experts. Never heard of such a person. Of course, they wouldn't know. Master Yaoguang is a top elder skilled in pure Yang Wuji art from Xiananshan realm. A top nascent soul stage cultivator. He was your master, 1,500 years ago. My master lives a reclusive life. It's normal you've never heard of him. You dropped the subject. So that's how it is? When you nodded. Back to the point. I checked Duan's injury just now. His right foot is really messed up. Even half a year might not be enough for recovery. And this is his prime training time. The Duan family won't let you off easily. Are the Duans that powerful? You stayed calm. You're not from Qingzhou. When Qinglan frowned. The Duans are a top family in Qingzhou. Their influence is about the same as ours. They have a lot of martial artists working for them. You're in big trouble this time. Your only way out is to quickly find someone to back you up. You couldn't help but laugh. Like who, your Wen family? You think we'd want to take you in? When Qinglan nearly exploded with anger. Glared at you. The Duan family has a good relationship with the Martial Arts Association. We don't want this kind of trouble. You're just an external meridians level martial artist. What's with the attitude? When you waved his hand. Stopped her and looked at you. Young man, you're already at the external meridian stage at your age. Why not sign up for the Longhu Martial Arts School test? If you pass, I'll put in a good word for you. And if you admit your mistake, maybe the Duan family lets you go. You shook your head. Forget it. Too much trouble. When you was at a loss for words. When Qinglan was furious. She thought you were being ungrateful. Grandpa is literally saving your life. But you act like this. You put down your cup. Stood up slowly. Thanks, Mr. Wen, I appreciate the offer. No need, young man. The Duans have taken in a lot of wandering martial artists. Some of them are pretty ruthless. When you hadn't even finished talking. When the office door started pounding. When Qinglan and when you exchanged a look. They hurried to open the door. A teacher with glasses, sweating like crazy, was at the door. He pointed at you and called out, Principal. It's bad. Someone from the Duan family is here. They came for that kid. Security can't hold them back. So fast? When Qinglan's face went pale. There's still something I have to do. I'm heading out. You walked straight out of the office. Hold on, young man. When you tried to stop you. But you ignored him. Just headed to the end of the hall. He stomped his foot in anger. Hurried after you. You only took a couple steps in the hall before a strong, muscular man blocked you. He looked like he was in his 40s. Dark skin. Solid muscles all over. Especially his feet. Wearing cloth shoes. Stood so steady like a mountain. Behind him, security guards were lying all over the floor. Clutching their stomachs and groaning. They couldn't even get up. Hey, student. Do you know someone named Ning Chen? The man spoke. His voice was deep. That's me. What do you want? You answered calmly. So you're the one who hurt my young master? The man paused. He narrowed his eyes. You could feel his killing intent. If your young master's name is Duan. Then yeah, I did it. You nodded. Tough kid. At least you're honest. The man snorted coldly. His face muscles tensed up. When you caught up. His face went serious when he saw the man. He shouted, Ironfoot Chi. You really dare make trouble on Qinghua's turf? Aren't you afraid the 5 demons will throw you back in jail? Mr. Wen. Long time no see. Hope you've been well. Ironfoot Chi forced a fake smile. Old Master Wen. This has nothing to do with you. I'm here on my master's orders. Take this kid back. Anything at Qingzhou University is my business. When you slammed her cane hard on the ground. Old Wen, this really has nothing to do with you. Don't bother, just cut him off. When Qinglan, come with me. She was so angry, she nearly fainted on the spot. Ironfoot Chi has been roaming the underworld for over 20 years. His toe-poking skills are razor sharp. He's racked up Real battle records. He's the real deal, a tough guy. You even pushed away when who was defending you. Ha ha ha. Ironfoot Chi burst out laughing. He thought you were totally overestimating yourself. Old one, did you hear that? This kid doesn't care about your favor at all. Stop talking nonsense. You cut him off. Looking totally impatient. If we're fighting, let's hurry up. Why keep babbling on like this? Before he finished talking, Ironfoot Chi lifted his right leg high. His foot arched like a bow. He looked like a venomous snake ready to strike. His stance was rock solid. Clearly a master who's trained his legs for decades. Whoosh. His kick shot out like a bullet. Directly aimed at your chest. He went straight for a killing strike. Clearly intending to finish you in one move. But the next second, his kick hit nothing but air. You vanished as if into thin air. Before he could react, his supporting left leg was hit with searing agony. His scream echoed through the entire hallway. Ironfoot Chi, who survived over 20 years in the underworld, was now hugging his left foot, lying on the floor, rolling around in pain. You completely crushed his left foot. His cloth shoe was soaked with golden liquid. All his bones and tendons destroyed. It was just a bloody mess. Even lousy fighters show up to embarrass themselves? You said coldly. He was so noisy it annoyed you. So you kicked him again, knocking him out cold. When Qinglan screamed in fear. When you and the teachers beside her gasped. Their eyes full of shock. You just crippled a top-stage external fighter. As easily as squashing an ant. Not the least bit fazed. This composure and ruthlessness, they'd never seen in their lives. You ignored their shocked stares. And strode out of the student center. At the same time, with the internet everywhere, news of the Ironfoot Chi from Fuliang getting crippled by a college student spread instantly through the whole Jiangnan underworld. In the Duan family's private estate in Qingzhou, family head Duan Rong stared at his phone, his face turning darker and darker. The butler hurried in, bowing to report. Master, Ironfoot Chi's injuries are even worse than the young master's. All the bones and tendons in his left foot are destroyed. Nerves are dead. He'll need a cane for the rest of his life. What a ruthless kid. Duan Rong frowned deeply. Have you found out who this Ningchen really is? Yes, we have. The butler replied. He's from Dongyang County. Currently a clinical medicine student at Qingzhou University. We also found out. He's living with Su Jingshan's daughter from the Su family. The Su family, Duan Rong snapped his head up. Shock in his eyes. The Su family in Qingzhou is also top-tier rich. Su Jingshan runs the Su Group, a top 10 company in Qingzhou. Their power rivals the Duan family.